Yeah, it's like on the normal roads, you have some idiots driving around, and it seems that there's also one driving here.
Those hipsters, I want to. I said, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Don't stop giving me things.
What's up, guys? It's Ben here, bringing you the Cucumber Challenge round number 9 here for the British Grand Prix. This is a very important round, this one, because it's the home track for a lot of teams here, so we'll be looking to impress. But unfortunately, in qualifying, we didn't have a good showing, qualifying 19th in the field. But Silverstone, this really doesn't suit the HRT, to be honest. There's so many high-speed flowing corners that require aerodynamic grip, and that really isn't a strong point of the HRT. So it's probably going to be a pretty disappointing round, to be honest, if I don't get a good start off the grid here. So here we are on the grid, just waiting for the 5 red lights to go out once again, and we will be away with the British Grand Prix. Let's go straight up into fast, try and get around John Eric Verne. We're going to squeeze him right up against the wall there, but we're going to take the outside line here, go for a more traditional run through turn 1, but look at the understeer we just got in the dirty air there. Maybe cold tyres had a part to play in there, but we're going to lunge it up the inside of a million cars. We found a gap nicely, and we're up to P14 at the moment. Cut to the inside with Pastor Maldonado there, hogging the apex. We're just going to go around him fairly nicely. Alonso and Perez just don't have the speed there. They let us straight through. Mark Webber had a poor run out of there, and we're going to jump him too. Go around the outside of Jenson Button there, which might be a poor move there, because we're going to have to hang it all the way around the outside here. We're going to have to... Yeah, that didn't really work out. That was a stupid move. I should have cut to the inside there and just assumed track position from that corner, but I had to hang it around the outside, and I didn't have the aerodynamic grip to hang it around the outside and get the position. So I'm going to have to settle for position 6 for the moment behind Jenson. Maybe if he gets a poor run out of here, I might be able to catch him, but that McLaren is just so good at high-speed corners, so look for him to streak away through this section here, through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, which feels like an absolute nightmare in the HRT. It's just understeer central, and look at that, Mark Webber is just caught up by about 4 or 5 car lengths just through that section alone. So it's going to be a tough race for the HRT. It's got no straight line speed, and it's got no front aerodynamic grip, so I'll be expecting everyone to fly past me here, as Alonso has a good run on me, but he backs out of it there, so he's just going to have to lie and wait and patient and just wait for me to make a mistake, really. And as he tries to go up the inside there, but the gap sort of closes, and he had nowhere to go, but he spun out, which wasn't exactly my fault. I was committed to the corner. Alonso just lunged from a long way back, but he couldn't make the move stick. So here we go on lap 6. We're coming in for our first pit stop of the day. We're putting it down into lean here as we come into the pit lane. I did the overcut this time around. I normally pit on the same lap as the other AI cars, but I felt that staying on the options for 1 lap longer than the other guys would be a benefit to me, because when you switch onto the primes here, it seems to take a little while for the tyres to come up to temperature, and you can actually lose time to people on older tyres if they hold out fairly well. So here we go for our pit stop. Let's hope for a good one here. 3.5 seconds in the pit stop there. It's not too bad. It's alright. It's about half a second away from a decent pit stop, and it was about 1/10 slower than our last round at Valencia, so it's not too bad, to be honest. Hopefully we'll just retain the kind of position that we had before. We shouldn't be losing any time, and we don't. We're still in 6th, the effective position that we were in before we stopped. So we've got Maldonado in behind us, and we'll just take this time to get the tyres up to temperature, as I lost the back end just a little bit there, but it's nothing too major. It should take about at least 3 laps for the tyres to fully come up to temperature before I'll actually be comfortable. But now Maldonado is caught onto the back of me, and he's going to fly past me with the DRS fully open, and I might lunge it up the inside. I do. Holding through there side by side. Maldonado gets squeezed out a little bit there, but I think he might lose a position to Raikkonen there. He does. So Raikkonen will be pretty quick here. The Lotus has some decent straight line speed, and with that DRS he's just going to fly past here. But he sort of... I moved over a little bit, but not too much, but he sort of had to reset the throttle. But now we're going side by side through here. Seem to be having a lot of action through here, going with all the side by side moments. But Raikkonen squeezes up the inside, and he gets the move back for now. But I've got the better drive on the outside, and I moved over on him there, and then he just completely backed out of it. So I think that's something that the Codemasters needs to work on for the next year's game. The AI needs to be a little bit more aggressive and needs to stick with the overtakes a little bit more. But sort of made a mistake out of the run through there, so I might be vulnerable to Maldonado here as he goes around the outside around this time. And Kobayashi is in there as well. He might be looking to get a pass done. But as always, I'm going to try and brave it around the outside through here. But Maldonado has got track position here. And I think he's going to hold it now. And Kobayashi storms up my inside. He may have position on me too. But I've got slipstream on Maldonado. And look at me and Kobayashi. We're banging wheels. Going side by side through here. This is going to be pretty crazy. Managed to get through there fairly well. But Maldonado, for some reason, is going really slow through there. I thought the Williams had a lot of aerodynamic performance, so you know they should get through turn 1 pretty fine, but obviously not. We're still sticking with him even in the dirty air through here, but Maldonado should pull away now that he's got a little bit of an air gap back to me, so he'll probably stop panicking now and he'll probably get on with it with 2 laps to go. We'll just need to hold on to position 7 now as Kobayashi is just keeping a watching brief there. It's just got so much more speed than me through high-speed corners. This HRT is by far the worst car for aero, and look at that. Kobayashi just flies past there. I'm going to lunge it up the inside like I normally do. He leaves the room for me, and I'll take the spot back. So it's a fairly nice move here as we're on the last lap. This is for keeps. Kobayashi goes up the inside, only just enough room for us to get through there. Lucky I didn't turn on in too much, otherwise he would have spun out like the other AI car did earlier on in the race. But we're going through here a little bit defensive. Probably could have held a more traditional line through there, but I've lost a little bit of time on the run out of that corner. Lewis Hamilton takes the race win here. I'm down to optimal on the fuel, but I'm running in fast. I'm just going for it here. Even if I do go into -1, I just want to stay in front for this straight here. It's probably their best overtaking opportunity through here. I need to get as much speed as I can through. What's this straight? Is it the hangar straight? I'm not too sure. Maybe you guys can let me know on that. But just finishing off the race now. Oh, look at that. Kobayashi gets a beautiful run on me there. He's going to go around the outside possibly, but the AI doesn't really lunge it under brakes too much as I've lost the rear end, disconnected there with rear grip. But looks like we're going to hold position 7 here on a solid 6 points here in the Cucumber Challenge for Silverstone. I'm pretty happy with this result actually, because Silverstone, I thought this is probably going to be my worst track for results or performance, because this track was just horrible to drive in the HRT. So here are the results. Lewis Hamilton takes the race win from Sebastian Vettel, and Felipe Massa is finally getting some good results there in 3rd. But here are the not so lucky people here. We've got Charles Peake and Timo Glock from Marussia rounding out the back row there. Mark Webber is in 2nd in the championship with Vettel 1 point behind him, so that's pretty interesting for the championship between the Red Bulls there. And as always, HRT are still in 3rd in the Constructors, so we're doing fairly well at this stage, about halfway through the season. It should be any time now that I'll select my main rival, and that'll be pretty interesting as to who they offer. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode of the Cucumber Challenge here in Silverstone. Until the next race in Germany, I will see you next time.